Hi, I'm Chas with Chas's Crazy Creations, and today I'm going to take a table that I found at a thrift store and give it a new look. Let's get started. I found this cute game table on the Facebook Marketplace for just a few dollars. I looked the piece over, and overall the rest of the piece was pretty good, but the top had some wax and some water damage, and it also had this weird stain on it, so I knew the surface would need to be redone. I started by cleaning the piece. I used Cred Cutter and sprayed it all over the entire table and wiped it clean. I then grabbed my sanding block and I sanded the entire surface on top. This would remove any oils, dirts, debris, and help me with my next potential step. I then wiped the entire surface clean to remove all of the dust and debris. I was at a yard sale and found a free book that was totally falling apart and knew that it would be just perfect for this project. I looked through all the pages and selected the ones that I thought would feel best for this project, and I arranged them on the top of the table how I felt they would fit best. Next, I would use Mod Podge for the project, and you can use gloss or matte, it's your choice, and I love that it's a water-based product. I started painting the Mod Podge onto the table, and it doesn't matter how thick or thin you put it on, you just want it thick enough that you can stick your piece of paper or whatever you're going to place on top of it onto it before it dries. Mod Podge goes on white but dries clear, and it's fantastic to work with. As you can see, I kept layering all of the pieces of paper onto the Mod Podge until the entire surface was coated. I let this dry a little before moving on to the next step. I then took more Mod Podge and painted over the surface of all of the book pages. This would help seal the pages into place. I then let this dry completely before moving on. There were a few air bubbles, but as it dried, they flattened out on their own. Once the surface had dried, I used Folk Art Home Decor varnish to seal the table and make it water resistant. This is another amazing water-based product. I then began painting the varnish onto the surface over the top of the Mod Podge and the pages. Thin, light coats are best, and careful not to overwork it. I let it dry between the coats, and I added 3 coats and let it dry completely afterwards. Once it was dry, my table was finished and ready to be used. I'm really pleased with how this turned out and feel like it's a great accent table for a living room or a library or reading room. I hope this inspires you to upcycle something of your own. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel and my blog. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.